So the personal year number cycle. In numerology, we have periods of time or cycles in which we call the personal year cycle. We all have a personal year cycle. We all have a personal year number. In numerology, we have a number sequence in which we have these cycles or periods of time from the numbers 1 through 9. Number 1 is the beginning of a new cycle, and number 9 is the completion of a cycle. Each and every one of us experiences this 9-year cycle, hence the personal year cycle and the personal year number. We all experience this energy each year from numbers 1 through 9. Each and every personal year has a different energy, a different frequency, a different vibe about it, a different theme, if you will. Knowing this vibe, knowing this frequency, understanding this theme is like having a sneak peek into your year ahead. It's like knowing the theme to your party for the next 12 months. Knowing the theme to your party allows you to, firstly, show up at the right party, and secondly, show up in the right outfit. Having a sneak peek into the energy for your year ahead is so impactful, is so valuable. It allows you to know and to understand the energies at play, the energies that you're going to be working with in your year or upcoming year. So say for an example, if you are in a 7 personal year, the 7 represents, it's a very spiritual year. It's a very withdrawn year. It can be a year of the internal journey, the inward quest. It's about solitude. It's about digging down deep, digging inside to figure out who you are, what you want for your future, for your life, who you are. And if you're not working with that energy and you're out and about socializing, going to parties, going to events, being the life of the party, how could you possibly have time to do the deep inner transformational work that is required of you? So instead of going with the flow, you're actually clashing against it. Because I'm aware of the personal years, as a numerologist, obviously I plan my upcoming year with going with the flow and not clashing against it. So for example, with me in my 8 personal year, the 8 is all about power. It is about empowerment. It is strength. It is growth. It is hard work. It is business and finances, work, your job. So I knew going into that year that it was going to be a very finance, very business oriented year. And that is where I needed to put my focus. So instead of not going with the flow and say, I don't know, taking on more responsibilities in the family, which is all about the 6 personal year, I really devoted myself to this energy of solidifying or creating foundations for my business, for my finances. The 8 is a very money-focused year. You can either be in a place of growing your finances, gaining finances somehow, some way or the other, or you can be in a place of losing it. So I went with the flow of the 8, and what ended up happening was I created my business in the 8 personal year. I upgraded my learning in the 8 personal year. It really is about polishing your skills in the 8 personal year. In the 8 personal year, we can see huge financial loss, but we can also see huge financial gain. There can be windfalls. I actually reached a settlement in my 8th personal year that allowed me to pay off all of my debt and put me in a place of being very solid, very strong in my financial foundations. So you see, if I would have went against the grain of the personal year instead of going with the flow of it, I could have taken that money that I received and went on trips, bought myself things, just completely squandered and blew all of that money. But instead, I decided to do the grown-up thing and pay off all my debt, which is financial freedom, basically. So you see how if we know our personal year number, whether we're experiencing it now or ahead of time, you're able to have the knowledge, have the information of what the energy, of what the theme is going to be like for you in your upcoming year. And you're able to work with it. You're able to go with the flow instead of butting heads with it. You can essentially, you can be more successful. You can potentially cash in, so to speak, in that year. Not necessarily speaking about finances, but cash in energetically because you have worked with the energy instead of fought against it. So the choice is yours. You can go with the flow of your personal year number, or you can butt heads with it and struggle and you know fall into maybe anger and maybe depression and maybe just completely fall off your game. Or you can work with the energies of the universe so that you can be more happy, you can be more successful, you can have more awareness. And like I said, eventually, going with the flow allows you to psychologically cash in on the energy, instead of walking into brick wall after brick wall after brick wall.